Now, talking about egg on the face, which was my concern, do you think that's going to be Sir Keir Starmer's concern over summer as the numbers keep rising of men crossing the channel in small boats?
I'm not sure that he's going to be all that concerned, at least so far. What he's said and what he's done gives me the impression that he doesn't care a hoot about what's going on in the channel. I can understand coming in and saying, oh, with regard to the economy, we've got to look at the books and it's all a mess and so on and so forth. But with regard to immigration, Labour knew exactly where we were, both on legal and illegal immigration. And the only policies that they've implemented on day one was to do away with the Rwanda scheme, which was the only scheme. I don't think it was going to solve the whole problem. Of course it wasn't. But it would have discouraged some people from coming. And to do away with it without waiting to see what the impact would be, I thought was disgraceful, frankly.
Yeah, I must admit, I'm with you on this, Alp. I always thought it was sort of written on the back of a fag packet, rushed out to the newspapers on a bad news day, and then became the albatross around the Conservative government's neck in trying to actually enforce it. Because when I first saw it, I thought, oh, you're never going to get this past the ECHR and immigration lawyers, and turned out to be right. But I did think that it provided political cover to the EU in general, who are all scrambling to look for ways to manage this crisis, because you suddenly found other member states of the EU trying to impose the same schemes. You had Italy doing this, and where did they choose? Albania, I think, as their place to send people to be processed, and other countries across Europe also looking at what might happen with the Rwanda plan and thinking, well, this could be an alternative. This could be a tactic that we as well use. And so for us, the sort of pioneers, if you will, the vanguard of this scheme, to immediately scrap it, I think has sort of let the side down a little bit.
I agree entirely. And at a time when a lot of Europe, even in France, they are looking to see what has to be done about illegal immigration. It's totally out of control. If it's out of control with us, it's even in more out of control state in the EU. They will have to do something about it. They will have to address the problem, I think, at their external borders, and firstly, and then internally, because hundreds of thousands are just pouring into the EU, and many of them will end up coming across the channel.
I took a wrong turn on my
reason. Sorry, Alex, but the reason that they will come to us is because they know that once here, they are here to stay. Nothing will happen. Absolutely nothing will happen to remove them.
Totally agree. I took a wrong turn heading to the ferry. True story. I'd spent a month in France during the elections and drove back up the country. Took a wrong turn trying to find the ferry in Calais and ended up in the back streets, and I could not believe my eyes. I thought I was in Mogadishu. I mean, seriously, the number of young men who appeared to me to be waiting probably to go to beaches to get on boats coming over to the United Kingdom. I'm not overblowing this. There were hordes of them. It really was quite an amazing sight.